All right, everyone, it's Cynthia Toet, and I'm here to do a live with Rakhis Cards, and I got to go ahead and let her in. So give me just a moment. It takes me a little bit of time to set up somebody coming in from overseas. Yes, she's from overseas. So let me see, what do I need to do here? And I'm sure there's an easier way, but I'm just learning how to do all this. So here. All right. And okay, we are definitely live. And let me see. I did an invite. And I go emit, have to let her in. She's knocking at my door. I gotta open the door. There she is. I got a little picture. Let's hope my audio is just fine. Okay, Rakhi is connecting to audio. I hear some noise in the background. I see a picture. She's rotating herself around. Rotate, rotate. Still coming in. This isn't a, whoa. Limitless, we're, the technology makes it so we are limitless with how we can connect with people. Let's see, you want to put your voice on. She's getting her room all nice and pretty. She's getting all set up. Oh, she's got to get her headphones on. Here she goes, getting her headphones on. She's still muted, but yeah, she don't want us to hear all the background noise. I spent the last 2 hours figuring out how to get Zoom onto YouTube, and it was actually easier than anticipated, but I had my technical guy on the phone helping me out, making sure everything was recording okay, making sure the live was going fine. Let's see if it's saying I'm public. Oh, there she is.
Hey, Cynthia.
Hey, Rakhi, how you doing?
I'm fabulous. How about you?
I'm doing just great. You're challenging me with new technology ways of getting on Zoom to
Same
getting
here.
on YouTube. It was easier than I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. So hope you had fun with Zoom and YouTube.
Yeah, I'm limited on certain things. Like I can't show the commercial that I have for you on coming in the way I did, but I tried to get a hold of my tech guy, but it was kind of, we were trying to push the time, you know, it's like, come on, let's get it all working in like a flash.
Absolutely. And before ending the new year, at least you learned something great out of the box things.
And then I have Sunny, she's here. She's going to be in the chat. She's saying hello and nice to see you again.
Hey Sunny, how are you? Since I am on Zoom, so I cannot see any chat box.
Oh, yeah, I can see it because it's on YouTube. Okay, so I got my YouTube channel in. So I got YouTube going, I got Zoom going, I got you going.
Absolutely.
How's your morning going?
It was fabulous since by 10 o'clock I had a session, so that I did, and then back to here.
Ooh, keeping busy, staying on the flow.
Yeah.
I slept my morning away.
How about yours? How about yours? Your background is really nice. It looks
Well, thank you, thank you. That's my studio. This is for my hidden love story. See, I got my hidden love story in my box, you know. I've got a love story going on there. Let's see what's in there. Let's see got in here. She goes, let's pull something out. Let's see. When she's trying to attract somebody into her life, she wants them to be incredible friends, and she wants that person to be the love story of her life. That's what I got a whole box full of those things.
Oh, it looks nice. I'm gonna copy something for my background.
Oh yeah. You know, you just get you can get a tapestry and just hang up a tapestry. It's as easy as that, really.
Absolutely.
Or a blanket or a piece of cloth. It's easy.
Yeah, something I will do for my background.
Yeah. So I don't really know how many people are actually going to join us live on YouTube. I wouldn't really, I advertised it a little bit, but probably not much.
No, it's people just either watch recording or they commit.
Yeah, if they're here live, they can comment, and otherwise they can go back and watch it. We can just send it out, and they can watch it as a replay. So anyhow, hello everyone. Rakhi's going to introduce me, and then we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? You got the topic. I'm going to let you run the show. I'm just being interviewed.
Absolutely. Just a second. Let me see again.
She went bye-bye. She goes, don't look at me. Please don't look at me.
No, not at all. Let me figure out something great. Yeah, till then you continue.
What?
Yeah. So shall we begin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like a drink of Sprite before we go?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. And today we have a very, very amazing guest. Not just guest, a speaker, a mentor, a coach, a psychic reader, and this YouTube channel, the TV host. This one, she has got the new hat on her shoulder. And first thing I would like to appreciate, Cynthia, that you are doing incredible work. You are spreading happiness all over the around, and your subtitle as the flip and cheers around. Yeah,
Flipping life cheerleader, flipping your story around to better.
Yeah. Flip and life cheerleaders, flip your story, turn around. So this is an amazing concept, and you are just standing on it because people put the words, but they don't stand by it. And you are doing justice with the quotes you keep, with the name you put on, with any opportunities you drive on your head, and you make it happen. So today we are going to talk over very amazing topic: your emotional victory, or so I would like the Cynthia to talk over.
We're going to talk about letting go of old emotional feelings that keep us stuck, because we're at the end of the year, and I kind of want to help us let go of those old emotions, things that we're tied up into that keeps us blocked. And then I want to go ahead and move into new beginnings, because we've got a brand new year coming. So why not do a brand new beginning tied into it?
Yeah. So the title of today's session is Letting Go of Emotional Wheel and Begin the New Journey. Okay. So with this title, we are going to ask several bombarding questions to Cynthia, and let's see how Cynthia is going to reply. Okay.
Let's see if I know how to answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Till now we have heard Cynthia talking about things, but today we are going to interview Cynthia. That what Cynthia is has some secrets in her teddy bear, in her background, or in her mind. Okay, so Cynthia, please introduce yourself. Please tell something about who Cynthia was in her childhood.
Well, in my childhood, I was pretty quiet. I, would want to be in the back of the room. I didn't want the teacher to call upon me. I would, I was more shy, more timid. I wasn't the straight A student. I was the B and C student. I was an average student. And I pretty much stayed that way throughout my whole school year. It was like I felt insecure. I felt like I had to prove myself to people. I felt like I had to always ask questions. I didn't get to really be that child that child wanted to be, because I was trying to follow all the rules and regulations, which kind of clamped me up and bogged me down and made me feel more insecure and not whole and not complete. So that would be, to wrap it up in a shortcut. I mean, there's a lot of other stories in there, but that would be to round it up into, why is it that I do what I do today, is because I want to uplift how we're actually even beginning life in the first place. How do we stop telling our children to shut up, be quiet, go to your room, I don't have time for you, you got to go ask somebody else to find your answer. My goal is to really try to flip that script around to how society has done, and how can we bring in this new way of making that child feel like they're important.
Yeah, that's amazing that you are trying to flip the story which every human being go through, every person goes through, and how you are leading like a boss, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So before turning to the question, I would like to ask you the what have you accomplished in the past 2020? 2021 is just about to be over. Hardly one
You
day or
want
few
me to
days are
know,
left.
you want to know
Yes,
what I did in 2020 or in
yeah,
2021?
2021, 2020. How your 2021 have been? So that what's your plan for 2022?
Well, 2021 has been a big year. You see, I actually got a divorce in 2021. I actually left in 2020, but the divorce didn't get final until 2021. And after the divorce, what did I do? I wrote a book. It's called Look at Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. Woo, 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 woo. So now I'm an author. Woo, woo, woo. So I up-leveled my game there. I also I just became really creative. It's like I wanted to do something for people, for life, to help and better them. I've also have my YouTube channel that I post almost every single day, a brand new reading. It's called Gypsy Medicine Woman. And what I do is I come on and I do readings with tarot cards, but I don't read it like the tarot way, I don't think, because I'm reading it to help heal the mind, to heal the soul, to flip their story around. I utilize the cards to do what my book says. Is I see the lower emotion and I flip it around. Then I also my own deck of cards. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's see if we can put it over here. They're flipping cards.
Amazing.
And there's not a bad story that you can find in these cards. Like this one is it. Let me just flip one out, because sometimes when I flip it, it just tells you what the show's all about. So, and but there's only a limited edition to this deck, because I've only printed one copy, and that has to do with what do I have to do to market it and sell it. It has to do with taking more of my time that I wasn't ready to do. I wasn't ready to ship everything out. So it says, see the beauty within. That's what this card says. And so that's pretty much this show is really all about, is we are talking about how can we see the beauty within and shine from that beautiful self by letting go those old stories, those less than, lack, incomplete, unworthiness, can't do this, can't do that. Then I also completed a mastermind course. I got my certificate for that. I don't have it here at my desk, But so I can actually have a mastermind and start working with people as a group where we're all interacting, but I give them the baseline of what it is we're going to talk about for that day. So we can start moving those emotional fields around as a group, because when we're in a group, it's like a mastermind. It's like we get more ideas coming. I mean, I can only have so many ideas come out of this little itty bitty brain of mine at one time. But if I have a group of 10 or 20, then more ideas come forward faster. And then I had joined, hold on, Arfine Kind's group back in April too, about the time I was going through the divorce, because I really needed something to stay focused on. And his group is what helped me actually write my book. He's the one that actually let me put the book together. It was really cool. It was like, now the idea is not just in my head. I get to actually put the book into a book format. And it is available on Amazon and on as a hard copy and an ebook. So you don't have an excuse not to go buy it. And it's really neat. Just talk about the book a little bit, is because I wrote the book and became an author, and you really don't know how that's going to affect your life. But, you know, I've had my daughter read it, and she's a straight A student, and I don't even think she's ever made a B in her life, but she read the book and she you know, is impressed with it. I have a school teacher that read the book that I was certain she was going to critique it and criticize it, but she was amazed with it. And then my mother's not here with us, but my brothers and my father, I've had a lot of compliments from the book. So it made me even feel better. I'm just so glad that I took the time to write that book. Then as I was in Arfine Kind's group, I learned to write the book. I learned about the mastermind. But I have this voice that's ready to speak and it's ready to go, and it wanted to get some information out, and I was getting overwhelmed at how much information I was learning, but I needed to apply more. So I took a course that taught me how to actually utilize my skills to put it into like a TV hosting program. That's what this is all about. That's why I got my setup, is to make it look more professional. And so I've been a TV host every single Monday for 3 months now. Every single Monday for 3 months. So I've done 12 episodes. I'm so proud of myself. But it's live on YouTube at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time PM at nighttime. And I have people come and they chat with me on the calls, and I answer the questions that they're asking. And it's been so rewarding. It's been so uplifting. I'm so glad I just backed away and took a break from learning for a moment so I could allow myself to express myself at a bigger level. Because when you're a student, you can only say so much. You can only do things a certain way. But my voice was saying, no, you're the teacher, Cynthia. You need to get out there and you need to be teaching. And so I'll end up getting back in his group. I'm not out of his group. I just took a break because I needed this part to express myself. And that's what I've done in 2021. That's a pretty big accomplishment. What do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. A big round of applause to you, because not everybody does. People say that I have done this, I have done that, but you have written your book post-divorce. You have gone through the tough challenge. Then you're rather being cleansing, rather blaming, or rather crying. You took a charge of your life and you flipped your own story first. Now you are helping other people to flip their own story. So you became the author, you became a speaker, you became a coach, you have your own YouTube channel, you have your own page, and you are helping people all around. This is what ultimately needed. And this is what best part about Cynthia, that firstly, she dared to change her life. She dared to flip her life. Now she is on a mission to help other people's life. That too in a very happy and cheerful and joyful way. So big round of applause to you, Cynthia. Okay. So now
just pause for a moment. So like, you know, when you're going through a divorce, this, because I deal with the emotional self, and when we're talking about flipping the story around, I'm not telling you my divorce was easy, even though it was probably one of the easiest divorce out there. But the thing is, I was able to, when the emotions came up, that's what I have to challenge. It's like when those emotions are going to take me back under, I was able to work through those emotions as I was building my business, as I was writing my book, as I was going forward. It was like a very unique experience, but I kind of wanted to add that in because what we're talking about is the emotional self. So.
Yeah, that's lovely. So, Cynthia, now we have a very specific question, or it might surprise you. So, tell us, what was the biggest failure in your life and how you got over it?
My biggest what?
What was your biggest failure in your life? Failure in your life?
Failure.
Yeah, failure. And how did you get over it?
Well, I guess that could have been, I think the biggest failure, I don't really look at life as a failure. I really think everything is really on time and in order. So, but if I was going to say anything was a failure, it was the marriage, because it's not something you anticipate when you've been married 22 years and you had a child. You don't really anticipate that happening. But as it happened, I had to put my pieces back together so I wasn't broken. I'm whole, I'm complete. The marriage is over because it wasn't working. The marriage is over because our time was done. The marriage is over because there's this bigger person than me that had to come out that wasn't going to come out within that relationship for whatever reason. And so it was death until the relationship, not death until us apart. We get married until death until us apart. Well, death until us apart, our relationship was dead when we are parted. And so I gave myself permission. I pardoned myself from feeling like I was a failure, feeling as if I was unsuccessful in that. No, I was very successful. We had a child together. She's 20 years old. She's into school. She's in college. She's a straight A student. She's taking care of herself. She's living on her own. She's got a job. And we had a home through that time. I have excellent credit rating through all that time. It was just time for us to grow another way,
Okay, that's great. So, what did you learn from those phase? What did you discover about yourself?
I discovered, well, once I had to stop blaming myself when it came to the divorce. Like if I would say my divorce, I would fall back down and just like, I was done. I was like out of it. But I would notice the emotional feeling I would get when I would say those two words. I would notice that emotional feeling and I'm going, I was feeling fine before those two words came into my existence. And it took me probably 30 minutes or less to flip that feeling around, which is amazing. I said, what can I do with those two words? So I changed the word my to the. So it made it so I wasn't fully responsible for the divorce. And the word the made it so it was a process. The divorce is a process. It wasn't something I owned. And then I took the word divorce and I kind of rewrote that too, because everybody looks at divorce as a bad thing, including me. And I'm going, well, why, if I'm having such an awesome, amazing time and I'm growing in such a bigger way and my life is just expanding in this almost like a miracle way, how is the divorce bad? it like didn't weigh up. I'm going, so I said, well, I erased the meaning that divorce was a bad thing. I'm going, no, it was a good thing in my case. What it is I let it be okay in my mind.
That's awesome that you learned, because everybody has their own script before any such kind of decision we have to make in our life, whether it be of divorce, whether it be of separation, whether it be of marriage. So one day everybody goes through the challenge. So, and the best part about you was you scripted your own story, right?
Yes.
Rather keep engaging with the same rituals, rather engaging with the same situation where you're not being respected, where you're not being uh, worshipped, where you're not being at least considered as a human being, then what's the point to be in that situation? So that time you made a decision that I have to change my script first, then I would be able to at least show us example to my daughter, because I'm a
Right.
mother also. I'm not just a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a sister of someone. I'm a friend of someone. And first of all, I am a human being. That's the
Right.
most. And you respected your humanity. You respected your own emotions, and you respected your own time. That if I don't take decision for myself, then who is gonna to take?
Nobody.
So yeah, so that's the wonderful that you took, because as a woman, I think women don't take decision for themselves. That's why they are where they are, and they try to become like, I'm a bechari kind of woman, or nobody loves me, nobody cares for me. Man, you
Well,
got to empower yourself.
that's what flipping your script is all about, is because
Absolutely.
we have this uh, record player going on in our head that I'm not good enough, I'm not whole enough, I'm not complete enough, I didn't get this done, I'm not approved over there, oh, I got to hurry up and do this. But what I learned in the marriage, it didn't, no matter how much I did, didn't matter how much I tried to please, didn't matter how much I did, where you could give me the whole list and I could complete that whole list, but I was still going to be pointed at like, this didn't get done, or that's not right, or, I still felt invalid. I still felt not whole. I still felt like there was nothing I could do to satisfy the other person. No, or satisfy me, is it come down to, because I would do everything for the other people, but in the long run, they weren't happy with whatever I did, and I wasn't happy that they weren't happy. And so all of a sudden I go, what can I do with my own internal script so I'm not putting my emotional feelings into somebody else's hands, rather it's a boss, rather it's a teacher, rather it's a husband or wife, your mate, rather it's your child, rather it's anything in the world. How can I claim my emotional self without giving it to them to make some kind of remark or tell me I need to go out there and look for my answer somewhere else? I decided, no, the answer is here inside myself. And that's what got me going with writing this book. It's like, people really need to know what our minds are saying all the time is what's most important for us. That's what we hear. So it's most important for us to make sure our minds are thinking clear, clean, healthy, well-rounded thoughts. Any one little itty bitty teeny negative thought, I'm not good enough, oh, I didn't get this done. Like today, I got a lot of housework I need to do, but I'm not upset that I didn't get it done, because it doesn't do me any good to be mad about it. I know
Yeah,
it'll get done.
somewhere respect now you have owned. Earlier you were seeking somewhere. Earlier you were seeking that somebody talk to you. Earlier you were seeking that some why I'm not being treated well. And the main solution was you got to treat yourself well first.
Correct.
You got to respect yourself first. So here to all the people who are listening to this, if you are going through the same challenge, if you are not understanding that what's going on with my life, what I should do, so first baby step, what you can do is go on Amazon and click on Cynthia's book, flipping your story around, and first solution you are going to find it. Then you know that what's going to be next step. Okay. So our next question is, so Cynthia, what was your past emotional conflict you've been through? Yeah, firstly, you just tell us about it.
That's all
Your
right.
past emotional conflict you was going through.
My, the It's a big one. I had fibromyalgia for 15 years. And fibromyalgia is I want to say a condition. They say it's an illness. It's a condition. And fibromyalgia took every ounce of my energy away, meaning I loved to work. But once the fibromyalgia came, my mind would be foggy. But it's like it's like a bunch of wires that like are disconnected, where you're trying, like I get up and try to get dressed in the morning. It'd take me 3 hours to get dressed because I couldn't get my thoughts all in the right place for whatever reason. And so I was sleeping 16, 18-hour days because it really drains you. You have no energy, you're fatigued, you're tired, you're sore, you're achy. And I went through many doctors to find an answer. But I found my answer in a book that was written back in the 1800s. And no, I don't have the title of the book, and I don't know where the book is. So sad, so bad, but I only read a little paragraph in the book. And what the book told me was women back in the 1800s were suffering of the same kind of condition. And how the reason why that was is because they were not living their lives for their purpose that they were here. They were actually living their lives to, thank you, Sunny, for putting the link in the chat. They were living their lives to please somebody else. We're doing for the man, we're doing for the family, we're doing for the friends, but they failed to do for themselves. They would put themselves on the back burner. And the moment I read that, I got it. I go, oh, I know exactly what I need to do for my own internal story. I need to stop settling that I have to do this for him, or I have to do this for her, or I have to do that for my friend, or I have to do that, I all of a sudden, wait a minute, I have to do for myself first. So it starts with the mindset. I had to take what my mind was telling me to hurry up and go do this for somebody else, when knowing that even though you go do it, they're not going to be pleased with the outcome because somehow you didn't do it the way that they wanted you to do it. So I'm a failure whether I do it or not. So I took the energy away. That's why I stopped looking out there for my own personal wellness.
Amazing, because whenever you talk about past emotional issues, everybody goes to low state. Everybody feels connected that, yeah, it was a time, it was a phase, it was a phase. So when you speak, you can feel the vibes. Now we are going to turn the story, turn the question around and make it a little funny, a little joyful. So now tell us, Cynthia, that how did you turn your story and what's your beginning of the new story?
Well, the beginning of my news story, it went, with the fibromyalgia, me getting well, is I really had to tell myself, hey, I know how to do this. It doesn't matter how long it takes me to do it, I could do it. So I would go ahead and I joined, became a, I became a secretary of a club, which my husband opposed because he says, no, you can't do that. And I'm saying, no, I only got to go in twice a month. Let me do this. Oh, no, I don't want you doing it. I go, I don't care because me not doing it was taking my power away. Me trying it gave me power, even if I wasn't going to be the winner. Well, within the first year, I was able to bring in 19 recruiters, which was the most recruiters that they had for the pool. I was a secretary for the pool, so I was part of the board. I was on the board, right? And I got so many compliments from the board members. How did you do it, Cynthia? Oh, well, I did it because I, go out there and sell the program. Hey, we live in this little teeny tiny town and we got a little teeny resort here. You don't even have to go anywhere. You just, for $400 a year, you can swim here all day, all night long. You can have a picnic here. You can have a party here. I mean, I would sell the program from an uplifting beat way. So I just claimed my life back by not allowing somebody else to tell me what I should do or shouldn't do. And I would put myself in positions that would allow me to challenge the gifts that I had.
Amazing that See, even after that phase, you got an opportunity which was opposed by again by your husband, and you grabbed that opportunity because you somewhere saw that there is a plus point, there is a growth in your career. So out of the
Right.
box, you jumped in, and not just you jumped in, you also performed well, and everybody appreciated you. So this was the true Cynthia, but she was not able to understand before because of the people what they were talking about her, because she was not even to understand that what should I do. So the moment she decided for herself, she thought that there is a ocean outside, and why I'm hitting my head here under four walls. Okay, Cynthia, so that's great. So yeah, so what is your mission now? I mean, how are you planning to help other people? How are you planning to other people who's going through the same phase, same challenges? So what's your new script for your mission?
Well, my script is still flipping your story around. Um, what I do right now is I go on YouTube and I do put my YouTube channel out there so I can share a piece of myself out to the public so they can get a glimpse, so they can get a feel. But when there's somebody that really wants to do something about it, I have different ways and different opportunities that people can get personal assistance. Like if somebody wants their own personal readings, of course, the personal readings that I give are only to flip your emotional story around within your own internal self. I'm not going to give you the story that's going to tell you, oh no, this is happening and you're screwed. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, this is what has happened and this is why it has happened. And this is what we need to do to flip that internal script around to get you going in this new direction. And then I also do coaching, which they can find all these links down here in the YouTube description. When the video is over, it'll all be in there. And they could go to my webpage, which is under my name, cynthiatoet.com, where they can purchase the readings, which I like to sell them 3 instead of 1 because I want to work with them. I want to be more like a coach with the cards. I don't want to really just be reading to help you for the moment. I really want to change your life around. And so then I have the coaching programs. The coaching programs are a little bit more expensive, or a lot more expensive, because I want somebody that's committable, somebody that really wants to challenge themselves. They want to be, I want to connect with you once, or I want to connect with you twice a month or 4 times a month to keep the momentum going. And I want them to connect with me 3 months, 6 months, or even a year. I don't want to do it any smaller than that because of the fact that the main reason they're getting into the program is actually to get you shifting gears. Instead of staying in granny gear, I'm going to get you going into race car gear. We're going to speed you up. Within the first 5 minutes of me having someone on the call, I'm able to somehow get their story going into this. I'm able to engage them. That's the whole goal, is let's engage you into your life. Let's live this life that we're living. Because I tell you what, we're walking zombies out there. We may be alive physically, but we're not. We're dead. We're walking zombies out there. We're not really living our lives. We're like trying to find our way. But I would like to shift your gear into actually living your life, where what you're doing that you're so excited about, what you're doing you're so passionate about, what you're doing is you're living your life because you got over yourself. What do I mean by getting over yourself? You got over those lower emotional feelings. You're not telling yourself I can't anymore. You're saying I can and I will and I do it. And because that's why we have these calls, is to get you unstuck. And then, again, for 2021, I will have more masterminds because I want to affect more of the mass. Not, one-on-one takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of breath, but because what I have is sharing on such a bigger level, I have to do it at a mass level. And it becomes easier working as a group. So those are my 3 ways of services that I plan, that I'm actually already in action, except the mastermind hasn't been fully engaged, but I know what to do with it.
That's awesome that your beginning has many gifts like a Santa. So you're not waiting of 25th December to become a Santa and give serve the people, but already you have planned a lot of things for the new year and for the 5 years ahead. So that's awesome. So hope all the viewers who are going through some kind of story or some kind of phases, challenges in their life. So first beginning, what you can do is just click on the link and buy Cynthia's book. And the second thing, what you can do is speak to her, talk to her. At least just let her know that what is going all about. Then only story will be decided whether it has to be at the beginning or the ending. The choice is going to be yours, and everybody loves beginning. And 2022 is coming, so there's a lots of beginning opportunities are coming. So yeah, just reach out and have fun, have blast for this amazing new year, and see you all next time. See you, tata, bye bye. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for giving us amazing time.
Let
Yeah.
me tell them how they can get a hold of me. I mean,
Absolutely.
they can always leave a comment within the YouTube channel, but also I have a Vista book where you can actually book an appointment with me for 15 minutes for free. So we can talk about, you know, what's your best outlet compared to your pocketbook, to what it is that you want to complete and where we want to go with that. So they can go to the Vista Books down there and actually book the appointment instead of just writing a chat down there. So
yeah, so there will be a link on the chat box through which you can book a 15-minute call, and then just have a one-to-one conversation. That's going to be private conversation, and soon it's going to be paid one. So just click on the link, and yeah, see ya.
thank you so much. You have a beautiful day. Bye-bye, butterfly. So hello, everyone. I'm still here. I guess we're going to go ahead and end the show for now. We just wanted to come on and give you a different type of show to see how that goes. I'll probably do a few more of those throughout the year. You know, it's always nice to interact with other people and let them know how life is going or what we can do to make a better life forward. But she had to go because she's got kids at home and everything, but that's all good. We did the interview exactly what we were supposed to do, and that's what we came on to the show to do. Until next time, have a very beautiful day, evening, night, whatever it is. Have a happy new year and bring in new beginnings into this new year. Let's let go of those old feels. Let's let those old feels go. We don't want to have those old feels of lack and lesson, not good enough. Let's say, no, you're awesome. You're amazing. You're one of a kind, special. Let's take that feeling into the year. Let's take the feeling of knowing that you are worthy, that you have a special talent that everybody needs from you in some way, somehow. Let's find your vibrational level so we can bring a happy script into your life, so we got you going in this positive new direction. Now, it might take me a little while to figure out how to close my thing because I opened it up differently, but let's see how we do this. All right, bye-bye, everyone.